Hello friends, welcome to the class of B Farm, and in today's class we are going to discuss very important aspect of quality assurance in pharmaceutical industry. There are many kind of different types of things that are related to pharmaceutical industries, and these all matters are actually compiled and in the quality assurance syllabus in B Farm 6th semester. And the code of this subject is BP 606, and the topic of today's lecture is complaints and the evaluation of complaint. This is another very important topic in the unit 4 of quality assurance syllabus in the B Farm 6th semester. And I am Dr. Alankar Srivastav, Associate Professor, KITE Group of Institution, KITE School of Pharmacy, Ghaziabad. So, let us start. So, these all are the contents of today's lecture. So, what are the different things that we are going to cover today? The first thing is introduction. In this section, we will understand what is complaint and how this complaint occurs in the market, and how we are briefly how we are dealing this. Other than this, in the next session we will discuss about the advantages of the complaint management system. Actually, we are forming this complaint management system inside the pharmaceutical industry so as to deal whatever the complaints that arises from the market. So, we will discuss what are the different advantages of this complaint management system. Other than this, the third thing that is included in this lecture, of course, that are guidelines. What are the WHO GMP guidelines about these complaints? Complaint handling. So, this is our third topic. And the next thing is the classification of quality defects. So, this is very obvious that the complaint is raised, that is because of some defects that may found in the pharmaceutical product, and therefore, classification of quality defects will also form the part of this topic. We have to understand what are the different types of defects that may arise in any pharmaceutical product. The next thing is the type of product complaint. What are the different types of complaints that are seen in pharmaceutical products? And after that, we will discuss about the complaint handling system. And the last thing is the records of complaint. Records, proper maintenance of the record is also very important part, and this is one of the very important part in the good documentation practices, and that is why whatever with the complaint that we are getting from the market or through our customers, that are properly recorded, and reports or the status are also shared with the regulatory agencies. So, these all are the topics that we are going to cover, and now let us discuss all these points one by one. So, first of all, what is complaint? So, this complaint is defined as the statement that something is wrong or not good enough. So, this is the simple definition of the complaint. This is actually the statement. First of all, this is a statement. The statement that something is wrong or not good enough in any product, and the same thing is fits also in pharmaceutical product as well. For example, any pharmaceutical product that is not effective enough, then any product or any consumer or any practitioner may complain about that product, or there may be some sort of a labeling defect. The product is okay, the product is fine, but there is some problem in the product. But in that case also the customer or the practitioner may raise a complaint, because the product is not good enough, that should be properly labeled also. So, the complaint is defining, we are actually defining the complaint in this way. Now, the handling of complaint is also part of the good manufacturing practices. The handling of complaint is very important, and every pharmaceutical product is dealing this complaint in a very serious manner, because this handling of complaint also is also a part of a GMP guidelines. GMP guidelines states that there should be a mechanism to deal with any kind of complaints that arise from market through practitioners or consumers or any sort of this quality complaints. So, that since it is included in GMP, all the pharmaceutical companies are bound to follow the rules and regulations. And other than this, the consumers expects that the medicines are to be safe and effective. The medicines should be safe and the effective also. But despite best efforts, manufacture good quality products, some defective formulations may reach to the customers. And this is happening in other products also. If we imagine about some other products, for example, the vehicles, the manufacturing company are recalling their vehicles because of some defects in the parts. And likewise, pharmaceutical companies are also trying their best to make their products effective and safe enough. But despite of their best effort, there is always a chance that the defective product may reach to the customers, and therefore, there should be a proper mechanism to deal with this kind of complaints. So, let us proceed to the next slide, and thus there should be a reliable and effective system in pharmaceutical industry to deal with any sort of complaint, to ensure the safety of customers, and if necessary, product may be recalled from the market. Every complaint is not, there may be a chance that complaint may not be genuine, and in those cases the company may close their cases and the product remains inside the market. But there is also a chance that the complaint is genuine, and in those cases the product is recalled from the market as well. But these all things can only be done by through a proper complaint management system that has to be inside the pharmaceutical companies. Complaint in the case of pharmaceuticals may be related to the quality of product or problems in packaging. As I have already discussed in the previous session, there may be a defect in packaging also, but that kind of defect is also one of the kind of a thing that should not be there in the pharmaceutical product, and that is why such kind of complaints, there should be such kind of mechanism to deal with this type of complaints also. For example, complaints of the broken tablet in the strips or improper labeling. There are this is the example, and in the next slide. So, what are the different advantages of this complaint management system in pharmaceutical industry? First of all, there will be a sustained improvement of the quality of the product and process. Obviously, if any company is seriously dealing with any kind of complaint, that means gradually they will certainly increase the quality of their product, and this will reduce the risk of failures, and the risk of failures are reduced, that means the acceptance in the customers will definitely increase and the patient compliance will increase. There will be a less amount of complaints, and ultimately that will definitely in the future will increase the business of the pharmaceutical company. So, if there is an improvement in the quality, that means that will be always directly proportional to the acceptability inside the customers. Maintaining the good relationship with the customers, of course, this is happening in every part of the world with every kind of a product. If you are getting a good product, that means the customers are satisfied, and in this way the pharmaceutical companies may also maintain a good relation with the customers. And other than this, the compliance of GMP is an additional advantage. That means again there is a less chances of failure, and that means there will be a obviously there is a less loss, and again the company will gain the not only gain the reputation among the customers, they will also comply with the GMP, and that is why they will slowly gain their business also. So, these are the advantages of any complaint management system. Now, let us discuss what are the WHO GMP guidelines related to these complaint handling system. First thing, all complaints related to defective products must be carefully reviewed according to the written procedures. These all complaints related to the defective products must be carefully reviewed. It should not be like that that it is handled loosely or casually. It should be thoroughly reviewed according to the written procedures. There should be a written procedure to handle any sort of complaint that is arising from the market through anyone, and there should be a designated person, that is in many pharmaceutical industries those persons or people are known as complaint managers. These complaint managers are actually appointed to handle these complaints, whatever the complaints that are arising from, that are coming from the market. For handling the complaints together with sufficient staff to assist him or her. There should be a sufficient staff also to handle these complaint managers, to handle the complaints along with these complaint managers. There should be a written procedure describing action to be taken, including need to consider a recall of product, and there should be a written procedure also. So, what kind of action that we have to take according to the complaint that is that we have that they are going to handle. Now, complaint of defective product should be recorded. There may be a chance that complaint is genuine, and that in that case the defective product, whatever the complaint obtained about the defective product should be recorded with the details and thoroughly investigated. There should be a proper mechanism for the investigation of such kind of product, because this is also a likely that these defective product may also affect the quality of other products also. So, there should be a proper investigation, and if the product is discovered or suspected in a batch, consideration should be given to whether other batches should be checked in order to determine whether they are also affected. This is also one of the likely case, that if the product is manufactured in the batches, that means there may also be chance that this defective product, because of this defective product, the other batches may also get affected, and that this is why WHO GMP guidelines clearly state that every kind of defect should be thoroughly investigated.
and where necessary appropriate follow up action possible including product recall should be taken after investigation and evaluation of complaint. These all are the WHO GMP guideline, and there are two more things. All decisions and measures taken as a result of complaint should be recorded. This is also one of the clear instruction in the WHO guideline. The whatever be the decisions that we have taken, because the complaint may be very minor, the complaint may be related to packaging material, the complaint may be related to the efficacy or toxicity or the tolerability, any kind of complaint may be get from the market. But whatever be the decision and measures that we have taken, that should also be properly recorded, and this complaint record should be regularly reviewed for any indication of receiving problems requiring attention. So, these all are the WHO guidelines that are related to the complaint management system. Now, the next slide. In the next slide, this is an classification of quality defect. So, basically there are these quality defects are classified into two different types. That is, first thing is the quality complaints, and it is classified into three types. This product complaint can be categorized into three types. The first type is the quality complaint. These quality complaints are basically related to physical, chemical, biological properties of any product, and this may also be related to the labeling of any product. And certainly these all are the things that are related to the quality of the product, and that is why these all things or these all kind of a complaints are classified into this quality complaint. Next thing is the adverse reaction complaint. In these kind of complaints are basically due to untoward reactions, because there may be a chance that any medicine may cause allergy reactions or any kind of a hypersensitive reaction, and in such kind of reactions, if occur, the complaints arise due to these kind of conditions are classified under adverse reaction complaints. And the third type of complaint is other medically related complaints. There may be a chance that there other kind of a medical conditions may arise. For example, due to improper therapeutic efficacy. If every pharmaceutical product is made to produce some therapeutic effect, but if the therapeutic effect is not up to the mark, and that means that the complaint arises due to such kind of matter is classified under the other medically related complaints. Now, let us discuss about the complaint handling system. So, what we are doing in this case, in the step 1, we are receiving the complaints from the practitioner or the customer or regulatory agency that there is some sort of issue in the product. So, these complaints are from pharmacist, that may arise from the pharmacist, health practitioners, and the consumers or the market received through toll free numbers, emails, chat rooms and PO box. These all are the things that are generally mentioned in the label of the product, and through which any complaint can be raised by these persons who are handling the drug in the market. For example, pharmacists are there, they are very important persons in distribution of the drugs. Pharmacists, health practitioners, consumers, or market, even in the market, any person can raise a complaint related to the product. Then there is a recording of the complaint. We have to record what from where the complaint is arising. There should be a proper recording of the complaint. Then generation of the investigation form. Then the investigation form is generated, so that the investigation will initiate and we can get the actual root cause of the complaint. So, what are the things that includes in these recording of the initial recording of these complaint? First thing is the date of receipt. Second thing is the basic information about the complainant, that is name, age, sex, email, phone number, etc. Then information about the concerned product, that is batch number, manufacturing and expiry date, etc. Details of the complaint, what are the details about the complaint, what kind of complaint that any concerned person is recording or arising. Then amount of the product with defect, then additional information if any, and these all are the sent to the quality assurance for investigation. Now, in the step 2 there is a technical investigation, and after receiving this investigation form, this investigation is initiated by quality assurance unit, and this investigation can be divided into two types. The first thing is the document based investigation. In this type of investigation, we will actually verify the batch on the basis of the records that are available in the pharmaceutical industry. For example, batch product record. These records explain whatever the things that are whatever the procedure that we have adopted during the manufacturing, and this record may also help in investigation. So, the first kind of investigation is the document based investigation, and the other kind of a investigation is the laboratory based investigation, in which the actual analysis is performed in the quality control lab to understand the root cause of the complaint, and these are basically performed in the reserve samples or some kind of sample that we got from the market. Now, there may be three consequences after investigation. What are these investigation? The first thing is the confirmed complaint, that this complaint, the quality problem is identified inside the sample. That is the first thing. Other thing is the non-confirmed complaint, that when the samples shows compliance with the specification, the complaint is not right or not correct enough, it is not on the basis of genuine ground, and that is why these kind of complaints are non-confirmed complaint. And the third thing is the counterfeit or tamper suspicious complaint, and this may be due to the suspected counterfeit or tampering of the product for which complaint is raised, and in this case reserve samples qualifies the test, but the samples related to the complaint fails to match the specifications. For example, difference in packaging of the samples from original products or identification of foreign products in the sample may lead to counterfeiting or tampering. This may be also a case in the case of pharmaceutical product, because pharmaceutical companies are also doing business, then these other manufacturers or other business competitions, this kind of these problems may also arise. Then the complaint officer and QA manager must sign the investigation form after the completion of investigation, and investigation usually completes within 30 days of this arise of any complaint. Complaint file retained for at least 1 year after the expiry of any product. This is also very important. Next thing is the corrective actions and the feedback to customers. The corrective actions are taken if the quality product is correct, quality complaint is correct, then corrective actions are initiated and corrective and preventive actions are initiated, so that this should not arise in the future batches. And quality control, quality assurance, production personals, these all personals are included in a team, and this CAPA is initiated. Then other than the feedback to the customers are also important, and these response letters are issued that, related to the explanation of investigation and details of the confirmation of any quality defect. And in some cases the product is also replaced also. And in the step 4 there is a monthly report and trend analysis. We have to do the trend analysis, that how many number of complaints we have received, number of confirmed complaint, number of non-confirmed complaint, nature of complaint, and root analysis and graphical display. These all things are we are performing in step 4. And the reports are sent to the related to the complaint are sent to the finally QA, QC, production, management, finance, HR, regulatory and legal affair department. And the last thing is the record of complaint. This record, the first thing is the contents of complaint: name, dosage form, type of package, batch number, date, place where complaints were raised, cause of problem and address of complaint, results of investigation, and follow-up measures. What are the follow-up measures that we have taken after the this complaint registration? So, this is all with the complaints and the management of complaints. Hope you all have liked this video. Thank you, friends.